Hi students, you are welcome to our tutorial on how to find area and sides of a triangle. How to find area and sides of a triangle. Mind you, uh, this particular tutorial, we are going to be learning a series of things that will be useful for pupils that are preparing for common entrance examination, whether you are in year 5 or year 6. So this video is best for you. So the first thing that we need to look at is what is a triangle. Triangle is a plane shape that has three angles and sides. Plane shape that has three angles, the sides. Let's look at an example. This is an example of what it is. We have three angles like A, B, and C. We have the sides like AB, that's side AB. We have side BC, and we have side AC. And this is another wonderful example. You can see that we have A, B, C there too, and this particular one is right angle triangle. Now, when we talk about triangles, we have different types of triangles. So we are going to look at all the types of the triangle that will be useful to us under this particular lecture. And the first type that we are going to look at is what we call scalene triangle. And when we talk about scalene triangle, we are talking about a kind of triangle that all the sides are not equal. So none of its sides is the same. So all the sides are not equal and all the angles also are not equal. You can see the example of a scalene triangle. All the sides are not equal and all the angles also are not equal. Let's take another type of triangle. We call this one acute triangle. And when we talk about acute triangle, we are talking about a triangle in which all the three angles there, they are all less than 90. All the three angles in that particular triangle, they are all less than 90. And let us take an example. You can see that all the three angles here, they are all less than 90. Let's take another one. Another type of triangle is what we call right triangle. And right triangle is a type of triangle in which one of the angles there, so one of the three angles is equal to 90. One of the three angles is equal to 90. And then let us see the example here. You can see that one angle that is equal to 90, other angles are not up to 90. And that is what we call right triangle. Let's look at another type. Another type is what we call obtuse triangle. An obtuse triangle is that type of triangle when one of the angles too is an obtuse angle. That is to say, one of the angles is greater than 90. One of the angles is greater than 90. And let us look at it here now. You can see the angle that is marked with a red symbol, and that is the angle that is greater than 90. So this type of triangle is what we call obtuse triangle. So we have another triangle that we call isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle is a type of triangle where two sides of the triangle are equal. And the two base angles also must be the same thing. So because if two sides of the triangle are equal, the two base angle must be the same thing. So let us look at the shape of that triangle, and we can see here the two blue marks that you are seeing on both sides is showing that those sides are equal. And let us take another type of triangle which we call equilateral triangle. And this particular triangle is considered to be equilateral because all the three sides have the same length. all the three sides they have the same length and all the three angles also are same. So you can see the two marks that they put on all the sides is showing that the three sides are equal, and you can see the angles 60, 60, 60. It means they are also the same. Now that we have seen all the types of triangles that we have now, let's go and check out for the formula for calculating area of a triangle. So area of triangle formula is what we want to get here. And then we have series of diagrams that they can give you to find the area. So you can see the first one, you can see the second one, you can see the third one. So any of the three shapes can be given in an exam. So an area of triangle is equal to half times base times perpendicular. Area equals to half times base times perpendicular height. Or you can write it as half b times h. Half multiplied by b multiplied by h. Sometimes we call it half base times height. So the same thing. So with these formulas now that we have on the screen, so we need to take out some examples and see how we can use this formula to find either the area or any of the sides of the triangle that is labeled here, either the base or the height. Now, you can see here that the first example says we should find the area of the triangle below. And if you look at that triangle very well, two sides are given. The base is known to be 8 centimeter, and the height also is given to be 6 centimeter. And now that we know the two sides now, so what we need to do now is to go and get the area formula. And area is equal to half times base times height. So the only thing that we need to do here is to substitute those values for base and the height. So what do we have? We have area, which is equal to half times our base, which is 8 centimeter, times our height, which is 6 centimeter. And we write our area to be equals to 4 times 6. How do we get 4 times 6? If you look at 1 over 2 times 8, half of 8 is 4. 1 over 2 times 8 is 4. Multiply by 6, and that's why we have 4 times 6. And our area is going to be 24 centimeters square. Don't forget, because area, we always multiply things. That's why the unit is always carrying square. If it is perimeter you are looking at, it's not going to carry anything like square. But for area, you must put square on the unit that you are given. Let's take another example. You can see that this particular triangle is different from the previous one that we looked at, but they are asking us to find the same area. And we have two sides here. We are given the base. The base is 12, and we also have the height to be 10 centimeter. So let us bring out our formula. That's area, which is equal to half base times height. So, and we need to put in these two parameters in the formula. We have area, which is equal to 1 over 2 times our base is 12 multiplied by our height is 10. So what we need to know here is also, we need to know that half of 12 is 6 times 10. So our area is going to be 6 times 10. Half of 12 is 6 10. The area is going to be 60 centimeter. Let's take another example. You will see that in this particular example now, what they give us here is a rectangle. But half of that rectangle is shaded. And if you look at what is shaded is a triangle. Because if you cut out what is shaded, it's a triangle. So we have two ways of solving this particular question. But I'm going to show you one method here. And that method is the method of calculating the area of a triangle. Now, if you look at that place very well, So we are giving our base to be 10 and the height of that triangle is 8 centimeter, even though it's on this side, on the right side, the rectangle. So and you have to know that the two opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. So after we have gotten the two sides that we need, we have to bring out the formula, which is area equals to half base times height. And then we have to start putting the values of base and height respectively into the formula. So we have area to be equal to 1 over 2 multiplied by the base is 10 multiplied by the height is 8. And as usual, 1 over 2 times 10 is 5. That is half of 10, which is 5. So what we have now is area equals to 5 times 8. And 5 times 8 is 40. So our area is 40 centimeter. 40 centimeter. Now, we want to look at another example here. And this particular example is quite different from the previous 3 examples that we have looked at before, because in those examples they ask us to find the area, but in this particular one they are asking us to find the base of the triangle when the area is 120 centimeters squared and the height is 12 centimeters. So the first thing that we need to do is to write out the parameters that are given. So we have the area to be 120 centimeters squared and then the height is 12 centimeters. So what we need to do now is we need to bring out the formula. The formula is equals to the area, which is equals to half times base times height, and we put in the parameter where they belong. So our area is given, so we have to write 120, which is equals to 1 over 2 times, our base is not given, so we have to use B. Leave it the way it is. B times our height is given to be 12. So one thing that you have to know here is we have to write our area. Our area is 120, which is equals to. So this half times B is not possible. We can say half times 12. So half of 12 is 6. So 6 times B is 6B. So what we have here is 6B. And now we are looking for B. And B is having a coefficient of 6. So for us to get rid of that coefficient, which is 6, we have to divide both sides by 6. And we have 120 divided by 6, which is equal to 6B divided by 6. And 6 and 6 will cancel each other. We have B equals to 120 divided by 6. The answer is going to be 20 centimeter. 20 centimeter. Let's take another example here. This particular example also is asking us for the height of the triangle when the area is 169 centimeters square and the base is 13 centimeter. So we are going to write out the size that are given, the parameters that are given. So we have the area to be 169 centimeters squared, and we have height to be unknown. That is what we are looking for, and base is 13 centimeter. So the next thing is to write out the formula, which is equals to half times base times height. And after we have written our formula, we need to start putting the values of what we have on the screen. So we have 169 for the area, that's why we write 169, which is equals to half 1 over 2 multiplied by our base is given to be 13 times our height is unknown. So in this case now, if you say we want to get half of 13, it will be very difficult for us because it's going to give us the decimal answer. So for us to stay away from that problem, so we write 169 over 1, which is the same thing. Because 169 divided by 1 is the same as 169, which is equals to, so we have to multiply the numerator, that's 13 times h times 1, that is 13h over that 2 under. So, and at this level, you can see that we have two fractions on both sides. So we have to look for a way to make it linear. And we have to do what we call cross multiplication. And when you do cross multiplication, you see what will happen. 169 will multiply 2, and 13h will multiply 1. And we have 169 times 2, which is equals to 13h times 1. And 13h times 1 is different than 13h. So what we need to do here is to divide both sides by 13 because that is the coefficient of h. So we have to divide both sides by 13 for us to get h. And we have 169 times 2 divided by 13, which is equals to 13h divided by 13. And here, 13 is going to cancel 13. And we have our h to be equals to 26 centimeter. If you cut it very well, you know it's going to be 26. So I'm very sure with that, with these numbers of examples that we have looked at now, we have gained a lot of things on how to find either the area of triangle, how to find the base, or the height triangle. And thank you very much for watching First Step Educational Services. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you have any question for us, you can reach us through our email address, our WhatsApp number on the screen. See you in our next lecture.